Alright, gather round folks, because it's time to talk about Big Trouble in Little China. Now, if you're not already aware, this is a cult classic straight out of the 80s, brought to life by the legendary John Carpenter. The movie stars Kurt Russell as Jack Burton, a gruff trucker who finds himself wrapped up in a mystical mess of ancient wizards, martial arts, and a lot of ridiculous kung fu nonsense.
I don't think he's gonna stop.
It's one of the best B-movies to ever grace the screen, though it was deemed to be a box office bomb at the time, because, of course, a movie this insane would never have mainstream appeal. There were characters in the movie who appear to have been lifted directly to the Mortal Kombat game, and it's only retrospectively we know this, of course. Shang Tsung, Raiden, Liu Kang. It's uncanny when you think about it. But no worries if you never saw it the first time around, because it was only when it hit VHS, for those who even remember VHS in the first place, that it gained its cult status. And we've all been worshipping at the altar of Johnny Cage, Jack Burton, ever since. So naturally, some genius thought, hey, let's turn this strange little masterpiece into a computer game. You'd think with a concept like this, we'd get something that actually made sense. But nope, we ended up with, well, this. Probably deemed to be amongst some of the worst rated games for our Commodore 64, and one of the most soul-sucking movie tie-ins in the history of tie-ins. Just to be clear, I don't think it's a complete disaster, but it's definitely not the best adaptation of one of my favourite 80s films, to say the least. The graphics are, well, let's just say they're understandably very 80s. If you're hoping for detailed, lifelike renditions of Jack, Wang and Egg Shen, you might be a little disappointed. Jack Burton, for instance, is rocking a blue shirt and pants combo instead of the iconic vest. Egg Shen? Oh, don't worry, he's just floating on a cloud for absolutely no reason. The enemies themselves are mostly generic ninjas with a few special ones like the 3 storms thrown in. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's definitely a far cry from the movie's vibrant world. The animations can feel a bit stiff too, like everyone's learning how to fight for the first time. There's a yellow guy who shoots a weird gun, and a green one who, I assume, is supposed to look like rain from the movies, though I'm not sure what it's raining. Disappointment maybe. You just walk left, and then walk some more, and when you see an enemy, you give them a good old punch until they take a dive. No strategy, no variety, just a mindless slog. It's as though they took the bare minimum and then forgot to add anything remotely interesting. The enemies aren't even tough enough to make you break a sweat, thankfully, because the game's already doing a fine job of draining your will to live. But then, out of nowhere, the gun-toting enemies appear and absolutely tear through your health like it's made of wet paper. As for power-ups, finding them is like searching for a needle in a haystack. You can switch between Jack, Wang and Egg, each with their own abilities. Jack gets a submachine gun, which is fun, but not always practical. Wang comes in with a sword, and Egg has some sort of projectiles. The Lo Pan boss fight is also a little infuriating. He constantly respawns, and there's this invisible wall in his area that feels like a trap designed by a cruel game developer who's just trying to waste your time. And why is Lo Pan floating on a cloud? Is he some sort of ghost wizard now? Did someone just give up on explaining his powers? Finally, the transitions between areas are a bit jarring. You'll walk through one background and then, whoop, you're suddenly in a new area. It's like they just slapped backgrounds together, and when you walk to the next area, the ground just magically changes, and bam, new background. In the end, Big Trouble in Little China, the game, was never going to win any awards, but it's not a total travesty either, I suppose. Sure, it could have been better, and it certainly doesn't capture the wild, all-over-the-place madness of the film, but it's a nostalgic piece of gaming history that's not entirely without merit. If you're a fan of the movie, it's worth a look just to see how the game interprets the world of Jack, Wang and Egg Shen, though don't expect anything groundbreaking. It's definitely not the greatest game ever made, but it's a fun curiosity, and for some, including myself, that's enough. Thanks for watching guys, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and do be sure to share your experiences with the game or indeed the film itself in the comment section. If you're one of those who haven't yet watched this film, then I definitely recommend you grab yourself a copy, as it's certainly a classic. As for the game, well, I'll leave that one up to you. However, it'd be brilliant if you could subscribe and continue with me on this epic journey down memory lane. Check out the other videos on the channel. Links are provided in the description of all the videos, and also there are suggested playlists found on the end screens coming up now. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.